All right. Do. Intro music. Hi, and welcome back to the Miss You, That's All podcast. I am your co-host, Kayla.
And I am Kayla's co-host, Ashlee.
So, what's new with you? What you been up to?
So I have two things that have really been on my mind.
Okay.
One is, when did we stop double-clicking on a computer? When did that stop being a thing? Because whenever we first started learning about computers, you had to double-click. And you don't have to double-click anymore. When did that stop, and why did it stop?
So, my interpretation of that, or like knowledge on that, is you don't double click as much when you have a trackpad, and you also don't double click as much with Mac. With Windows at work that I use, like on hospital computers, you definitely still double click for stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I know, like, for sure with like the trackpad, you don't have to do it as much. And I think it's more of a Mac thing than a Windows thing. Maybe we should Google
second
it.
thing is my second thing is, does a straw have two holes or one hole?
It's about perspective, but I'm gonna go with one, because if I open a window and I'm on this side of it, but I stick my arm through, it's still only one window and it went all the way through. So it's one hole because it's never ending. It has two openings, but it's one hole.
Yes. Because, so like, what stumped me was, so let's say, you know how sometimes you get a straw and it's like still pinched at the end, it's not open? So therefore, it has one, and you have to cut the other end, and you just put another hole in it. But then if you had a straw and you shrunk it down to like the size of a donut, you wouldn't say that a donut had two holes. And it's like the same thing. And that's, I don't know, it's been one of those things that, like, it's stupid and it's pointless, but like the question has been like volleying in my brain. I know.
What people are you hanging out with that are telling you a straw has two holes? Because you don't need to hang out with those people.
Okay, well,
Because
first
they're
off,
wrong.
you know very well I'm hanging out with no one. Why do I have a devil horn right there? Do you see that? Get back in there. Stop showing my true colors. I saw it on
a So, speaking of random thoughts, I had one earlier, and like, I'm honestly kind of, I don't know, frustrated with my mind, I guess. Maybe it's because I knew we were recording today, but like the fact that this popped up in my brain and it's like a week late, I'm like, where did that come from? But earlier when I was eating dinner, I was like literally I heard it in my head. I was thinking about last week when we talked, and you were talking about how you did braids and a beanie and your AirPods because you saw a girl at Target. And immediately my brain was like, one time I saw Katie Heron wearing flip-flops and army pants, so I bought flip-flops and army pants. And then I was like, why did my brain just do that? Like, where did that come from? It's a whole week late. But anyway.
Goodness.
It's super random. Also, this is my I think this is the Pets movie. Is that what it's called? Just Pets?
Yeah.
You know, with the dogs and like they talk and stuff. That's my super cool Band-Aid from my gnarly paper cut that I gave myself earlier while I was trying to get stuff set up for this.
Oh, so whenever I was skirting the camper, the tape we use is like metal, not metal, but like full
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah, yeah.
And the whole time I was doing it, I was like so like jumpy because I was like, if I cut myself with this, it is gonna slice me open. And I'm gonna be like, nope, done. I'm done. I'm out. And I'm gonna throw it down and I'm gonna absolutely not. I'm not getting a paper cut with full. That's not happening. And I didn't. So yay me. Okay, anyway, maybe we should be on topic.
On this week's episode, that sounded very official, we
Oh,
will
it's
be
like on this
discussing
week's episode of Vampire Diaries. Or no, what is it? No, no, no. I did
uh,
it wrong. Previously on Vampire Diaries.
ma'am, copyright infringement. We're gonna get canceled.
Hey, I'm not dissing it. I have freedom of speech. It's fine. It's all fine. Nobody's gonna listen to us to know that we're breaking copyright.
This is true. Oh, anyway, this week we are discussing to dupe or not to dupe, because that is really on trend, as the young kids say. Things that we ourselves feel that you should splurge or save on kind of these days, and like how things have changed for us, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um so an easy one for me is like makeup. I'm learning like some of the stuff, like you really just like it and you want it, and there's not
Mm-hmm.
like a dupe for it, so you buy it. But then some of the stuff like I just forgot what it was called. Oh, like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter or whatever, that's like super popular, and Elf came out with like the Halo Glow, and they're supposed to be
Yeah.
very similar. I've never even bought the Charlotte Tilbury because it's literally never in stock. It's still viral and trending and sold out and all the things. But I have used the Elf Halo Glow and I like it just fine. And it's $14, so I'm cool with that.
I'm probably like summarizing this way too soon, but I think just in general, it's all about like the quality. As long as the quality's okay, because like
Yeah.
there's stuff that's super expensive that can irritate the crap out of your skin, and there's stuff that costs $3 that can irritate the crap out of your skin. It's just what like I've used eyeshadows before and I had like little bumps pop up and I had no idea where they came from. And finally I was like, maybe it's my eyeshadow. And so I quit using the
Yeah.
super cheap eyeshadow and started using stuff that's actually, made pretty decently and didn't have that problem anymore. And so I was like, okay, that's something I have to do, is at least stick to what I am using because I know it's not something that irritates me.
Yeah. Some of it though, like in terms of makeup and stuff, I used to be really particular for a while because I was like, if it's cheaper to buy than it was cheaper to make, is kind of how my brain was. So I was like, it's probably worse for you. That's how I was with like a lot of stuff. And then like um actually a lot of my skincare products too. And then I ended up having like really bad hormonal acne for a bit, and my mom actually recommended to me per a dermatologist to use like CeraVe, however it's pronounced. And it's
CeraVe.
not like super cheap, but it's not like really expensive either. And
Mm-hmm.
that like cleared up my skin. It did wonders for my skin. And like I have a couple products that are high end that serve a purpose for this or that in my routine. But like overall, it didn't have to be all high end anymore. It's not, this big expensive regiment. And then it kind of became the same with makeup. Like I feel like makeup has gone a long way in quality, and some of it now I feel like you're definitely just paying for like oh, this is Charlotte Tilbury or this is Dior or whatever it is. Like I think like the Dior lip oil that people were paying $40 for, like that just hurt something deep in my soul, and I'm not a financial kind of person. Okay, if I want it, I buy it. So,
Yeah,
but I've
for
never
sure.
bought one of those because I'm like, $40 for a lip oil to put on my, is it that life changing? Someone please comment. Am I missing something? Because I feel like Elf made a dupe, NYX made a dupe, like everybody made dupes for that, and people seem to think that that's just working out just fine for them these days. So I'm not convinced that I need to spend the $40.
So I get really ragey because I'm not going to say this brand because I feel like this is something that could come back and um like make people mad. But I saw a brand in Ulta, or not Ulta, Sephora, and I bought it and I used it, and it was okay, but it wasn't like one of their most expensive brands, but um definitely wasn't cheap either. And then I saw it at TJ Maxx for like just a few dollars. And I'm like, okay, well, if they're selling it here for just a few dollars, because somebody told me one time that they're never going to sell anything at a price where they don't make money off of it. So I'm like, if you're selling something that costs
Yeah.
$30 in the store for $7 in the store, you're still making money off of it if you sell it at $7. And then it's like, this is the age that we're in that we'll spend that much more to use this makeup that obviously isn't, that great because it could be sold at like a drugstore type place and rival the prices. It could even be like $10
Yeah.
in a drugstore. That's kind of expensive for a drugstore. It would be like a nicer plate thing at a drugstore, but like there's no reason for
Not in
stuff to
today's
be.
economy.
That's true. That's true. I'm kind of in denial there. I like
But
to think things aren't as
but
bad
I
as they
get
are.
your point.
I was in the mall yesterday and I saw these two teenage girls walking towards me with Ulta bags. And I don't understand why teenagers stopped going through the teenage period where you wear stuff that comes from Walmart and it's probably not great for your skin. And like there's freaking 23-year-olds that look older than I do. Like they're still pretty and like their skin's great, but like they just have a look like they're actually like 34. And like I don't understand, like they skipped a whole part of their childhood and they're using, like I buy stuff from Sephora, but they're using stuff even, like the drunk elephant. They're using all that stuff. Like, homie, you are 13. You have got to calm down. And then, like, especially us having, like, the spending problems we have, I'm just like, your parents are setting you up for failure because then you're going to go to college and then you're going to get a job on your own and you can't afford this lifestyle you're used to living. And I don't know. Okay, my rant about that's over.
So quick little sidebar back on TJ Maxx. Do you ever like so is the stuff at TJ Maxx stuff they made in excess and that's how it flowed over into a bargain-ish type store and that's why it's the same product but at a lesser price point? Or do you think it's stuff that's like, because everything has a shelf life and so it's like closer to the end of its shelf life and they're like, we have to move this product and we want to make something opposed to nothing because once it's like bad we just throw it away? And is that what helps it get sent to TJ Maxx? And so then they're like, well, we're only going to sell it for $7 because even though the open end date is 12 months when you open this foundation or whatever, like it's already been sitting on these other shelves for like a year and a half, 2 years. So like the ingredients are like deteriorating, you know?
I'm gonna have to say possibly both because, like, what about like the clothes? Or not even clothes, because I guess clothes gotta go out of season, like pots and pans. There's no like that has to be overflow because pots and pans, like they don't change.
Well, and some of it is like kind of like you said, like the seasons change. I think some of it is like style or like pots and pans that were like sold, they were the make of like 2020 and now it's 3 years later, so, like, they've redesigned or reformulated. So I think that's kind of what some of that ends up being, but yeah, I would say it's probably a mixture of both now that you say that.
Yeah,
But
probably.
it still holds the point that it could be sold at a lower price point, so it should be.
At the end of the day,
But yeah,
everything
no.
could be sold at a lower price point.
Yes, it could. On the topic of, like, teenagers now and, like, or, like, young adults, people in, like, their early 20s, they, like, don't have a teenage kind of moment or even a high school looking moment. I feel like these kids are, like, 10 and wearing Lululemon and Sephora, and then they're 20, and, like, I guess it is a different time because there are a lot of influencers, and if, your parents let you be on social media like that and you start thriving from it and doing that, then that's one thing, but which, I mean, I just assume some of these people are like, their families are thriving, and so maybe their lifestyle isn't gonna change. Because I actually met a girl,
I
like,
mean, let's hope.
2 years ago? Yeah, I met a girl, like, 2 years ago, and she was like, "Yeah, growing up, like, I had a credit card and, like, my parents used to just pay it off every month for me." And, like, this was when she was a teenager. Like, she had a credit card to just buy what she wanted. And then, I don't know, we were talking about something one day, and she was telling me about, like, some Lululemon leggings or whatever, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask for those for Christmas, and I'm definitely gonna ask for, like, On Clouds and all that kind of," like, she had, like, a whole list, and I was like, I mean, my parents are generous, but I'm not getting, like, $1,000 Christmases anymore. Like, I'm a grown adult. If I want something,
Right.
buy it myself kind of thing. Like, I don't have, like, masses of presents to open as a grown up. Like, that's just not how it is anymore.
No.
Yes. So for some people, like you said, their parents are, like, setting them up for failure, but I just feel like this next generation is built different, and we're gonna get some backlash, but I don't know that it's a good different because I don't know, something is just different. Like, they just seem more spoiled, I guess. I don't know, because I don't feel like everything that was name brand and on trend and all that, or maybe it's where we grew up, because, like, I knew a select few people that, like, had the higher end things, but, like, the vast majority of us, nah. Like, we were shopping at Aeropostale around Christmas time when stuff was 70% off. Like,
I mean, I think it's the fact that trends weren't huge where we were. Like, stuff would trickle down and somebody would come back from summer break and they had visited their cousin who goes to a school the size of Texas, and they wore potato shoes. So then they started wearing potato shoes, and then everybody else wanted potato shoes. And so it was like, it wasn't, trends weren't like bam, 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 bam. Like, it wasn't as widespread so quickly, and then they
yeah.
lasted longer because we didn't have social media the way that, like, we had MySpace when we graduated and Facebook. Twitter wasn't even really that big. Snapchat had literally just came out when I graduated. I don't even think I used it yet in high
Really?
school. I think I got it after I graduated. Yes.
Well, Twitter was definitely a big thing for me between, I want to say, my junior and senior, for sure my senior year. Twitter was a big one for, like, my class. But yeah, it's just, I guess that's true. It's just different.
I love, that episode where Schmidt, he goes, youths. That's what I thought of a while ago whenever you started talking about that.
uh, oh my gosh. Oh, but we have like way gone off of like the actual topic sort of. But
A little bit.
uh so we touched on makeup, which I feel like is a big one cuz like I feel like the drugstore companies have really like come in heavy with like trying to find better stuff at a more affordable price for people, and kudos to them because like I said, I don't have any issues with the the drugstore or the cheaper stuff. Like it seems to hold the same quality in my opinion. So something that I've always
Mm-hmm.
been like really hard pressed on and it wasn't until recently that I've like started to relinquish this is clothes, because I don't know why that was like, I don't want to say drilled into my head, but I feel like that was always something that my parents were like, you get what you pay for. So like if you buy it at Walmart, it might not hold up. And like a popular store that always comes to mind when I think of you get what you pay for is Forever 21 and Route 21, because I could buy a shirt
Mm-hmm.
from there and you would wash it one time and it would have a hole or it would be shrunk like teeny tiny. And I was like, okay, so the shirt was $8, but now I immediately have to buy another one after the first time I wore it. So like I didn't save any money. But I will
Uh,
say something that like fiercely, and I say this very boldly, fiercely has me in a chokehold is Lululemon.
okay, so that's fair because when you bend over in Lululemon leggings, you do not see but your butt. You don't see skin. And I will pay $98 for that because I've tried to not, and like a lot of their other stuff, like their sweatshirts and their hoodies, like I've kind of gotten away from those because like um there are stores now that make stuff that looks similar and that I like that are way cheaper. But leggings, man, like I can't find leggings that you can not see through. And I know I can't see through those. So, like, once, maybe, I say every season, it's been probably 2 years since I've bought a pair of Lululemon leggings. And I have like two pair and they're still fine. Like, they're different material and I wear them pretty often. And I think I've gotten my $98 out of both of them because that's what I almost always wear.
So I will say that I have, through my friend and her obsession with like duping stuff and TikTok, she showed me some leggings from Amazon and they are truly, truly, honest to the good Lord above, the only leggings that feel like 98% identical to Lululemon and they're not see-through. I feel like they give like a decent compression, all the things, and they're on Amazon and they were like $25, I think. And like they are like as close as you're gonna get to it. So I have like several pairs of those, but I won't lie, I do still like my Lululemon ones better. And like I don't know, there's just something about them. I feel like they really like suck everything in and just make you everything look so flattering. Like, and other
They're
leggings don't do
supportive.
that. And so I'm like, yeah, like, and something else I just realized is they do have a dupe on Amazon for one of the pairs of their underwear, but they have, and I don't remember which ones, but they're like the silky-ish material, I guess. But they have another one that I like just remembered how much I like, I guess. And I have not been able to find a dupe for those. I just bought some and they got delivered yesterday. Like I thought they were going to be a good alternative on Amazon and they were not. Like they're okay, but they do not feel anything like it. And I'm really sad because their underwear are expensive and I really don't want to pay for it. But I'm like, it just feels so good.
Um, so dupe or do not do shoes. Also, I apologize to everyone. My nose is itching so terribly bad, and it will not go away. So I'm so sorry.
I okay, so pause, back it up, rewind. I would say it depends on the category of shoes, because if we're talking about a heel, personally, and I could be wrong, maybe I don't have enough experience in heels, but heels from Walmart or heels from a department store or heels from a high-end place, like if the heel itself is the same height, the shoe is the same amount of uncomfortability. Tennis shoes? No, I don't own any tennis shoes that aren't name brand.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you remember the red, like, suede stiletto booties that I had?
Yeah.
I loved those. But the quality wasn't great. Like, they didn't last. I think I've got rid of them because I tried to wear them last, like, fall, and they, like, where the zipper is, like, the material was, like, pulling away from the zipper, so it, like, didn't have the zipper anymore. And, like, around the toe was really scuffed, and I was, like, wobbling on the heel. But then, like, we both have the same kind, the Betsy Johnson, like, rhinestone booties. Those
Yeah.
things feel like you could wear them in battle and they would be bulletproof. Like, those things feel so sturdy and
Yeah.
supportive. Like, that thing, you could go to war in those shoes and they protect you. I'll die on that hill.
Yeah. I gotta agree with that. And she does really, like, really good sales sometimes, especially if, like, colors are being phased out,
Mhm.
because those booties are like, what, $100, $150. But my, like, pink pair that I have, I think I paid like $40 for them. And I'm like, $40 is what you would pay from like one of the boutiques or whatever. And they are the name
Mhm.
brand, they're good quality, they're gonna hold up, like, so yeah, it's I can say that, yeah, it just depends on which. I feel like those are just now, like, to where they have a good dupe option, and that's literally just because I was on Instagram the other day, and there's, like, a boutique that just got, like, 6 colors of rhinestone booties, and they're pretty similar looking to my Betsy Johnson ones. But, um but, like, Uggs Uggs, I can definitely say, personally, I duped the um wow, that shows you how much I duped them because I don't even know what they're actually called. These. Y'all know what I'm talking about. These. We all got them. In the mustard seed.
I
That says
don't.
Ugg. You see it? You see it? It says Ugg. She didn't pay Ugg price. She didn't pay Ugg price. She paid gate prices. If you know, you know. If you don't, message us. We'll let you in on the secret. Um they feel the same to me. Okay, they do. It says it on the bottom. Now, how they obtained this or made this, that ain't my business. Those are questions you don't ask. What I know is she paid $36 for them. Very comfy. Been wearing them since September. So, they're holding up. Loud and proud.
I was going to get the Birks that I got, the Bostons.
Mhm.
Isn't it the Bostons? Yeah. But I ended up just getting actual Birkenstocks from Birkenstock.com because I don't know that they're not actual Birkenstocks from the gate, for the record. Um, I'm about to show my age right here. I feel like I can wear nothing but Birkenstocks because they support my arches and, like, I don't get a lot of foot pain and like my ankle that never recovered from whenever I twisted it 2 years ago. Because I'm elderly now, like, I wear them for the support. I don't wear them for the fashion.
Oh my gosh. Um, so I think it just depends because like I I don't consider myself elderly and I also don't have a lot of issues. I have flat feet, but I love my Birkenstocks, but like I really have loved those Uggs that I have. I have some other short ones too.
Yeah.
Um,
When you send me my free feet pics in the morning, you wear them a lot on the weekends.
yeah, I literally wear them all the time. Let's be real,
I know.
mostly because I like wearing my favorite clothes have been my Lululemon flare leggings, and I got them hemmed, but they're still like a little long, and so those are the platform bottoms. And then I always wear those Levi jeans I bought when we were in Las Vegas too, and they work with that too. So, like, so the bottoms
Didn't
don't
you buy
drag.
those flare leggings when we were in Vegas?
Oh yeah, I did.
I thought
I
so.
did. I got them hemmed when we got back home, so maybe that's why I was confused. But yeah, yeah, I actually want to buy some more. I was trying to decide if I wanted to try some off Amazon or just break down and buy a pair in the store. But
I have a pair from Target that are like the perfect length. I like them a lot.
I found some in Target, but they were a little long on me. And so then I wasn't like super thrilled about the material. Like it was nice, but it wasn't the same in my opinion. And so I was like, it's like,
Well,
it's fine.
I'm like what, 3 inches taller than you? So it makes sense that they would be a little long on you and
Oh,
fit me perfectly.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. To dupe or not to dupe. We agree on this at this point, but handbags, in my opinion, because they're just overdone and it's not a like honest to goodness, and maybe it's just the world we live in, or maybe it's me knowing what I know about my own bags. But when I see someone with a Lululemon, good lord, Louis Vuitton purse, immediately in my head, I'm like, is it real or did they just like buy it off the gate or buy it from like one of the people like we know where she gets
Our
stuff like that?
dealers,
And I'm like, you probably shouldn't call them dealers. That sounds a little aggressive. Um,
hey, they be
but
dealing the bags.
like, but you know, because like it's just so common now. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't think everyone suddenly developed the bank account for $2,000 bags. And also, we talked about this. Why would I spend, honestly, not that I'm like hurting, but I'm also not rolling in the dough for, multiple $1,000 bags. Why would I buy a $2,000 bag when I can buy the same thing from the gate for like $100, if that much? And no one knows the difference because ain't nobody walking up to someone in public being like, is that real? Because if they are, you better tell them to mind their business because it is not their business.
No, it's not their business.
And no one knows
So,
these days.
no, you don't. But, so I feel like there's people like Brandon who he doesn't have like work clothes and nice clothes. They're just his clothes. Like, I literally have to put stuff in a certain spot. And I'm like, unless we are going to church, or out on a date, or whatever, don't touch these pants. Don't look at them. Forget them. You're done. Don't acknowledge those pants. He has one pair of pants that are nice pants. So we better not have two events, like, more than like 2 days in a row, because he's going to be in trouble. But, and then there's people like me that it's like, I spent my husband's hard-earned money on that. And this is made to wear for a special occasion. So, like, whenever I got my Neverfull, it was like, okay, I have to take care of this bag. Like, I will always be protecting the bag. My life will be now dedicated to protecting this bag. So the first time it got like the teeniest little scuff on it, I wanted to cry. And that was really the first time that I had spent a very large amount of money on something. And so I was like, I'm never, never, ever, ever doing this again because it's not worth it. I shouldn't feel that way over a bag because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it again. I'm glad I have it. It was something I bought right before I had my second kid. I used it as a diaper bag, felt really bougie. Now I use it as my church bag. I keep my Bible in there. So now I look like a little bougie Southern church lady. And I use it on Sundays. Like all the rest of my nice things that I pull out, they're for Sundays. But and then I guess I
On
do
Sundays,
have
we
my
fancy.
yes, we are fancy. I have my little pink Louboutin wallet that I got for my 30th birthday.
Mm.
But I think I put the Neverfull on like a pedestal because I'm like, that was over $1,000. Now they're over $2,000 because I got that baby grab before those prices jumped. I can't
Yeah.
believe that thing. The prices have raised on that twice since I bought it in 2021. That is stupid.
Yeah. It's just wild.
So,
But like I said, like no one knows the difference. So unless you feel some type of way about wanting the actual authentic thing, like you said, you did it once, you're good with it. But now you're like, I'll just buy what I want off the gate because no one knows. And then if something happens to it, I don't feel bad because I spent $50 instead of, $1,500. So,
yeah.
yeah, I would definitely say that's one that I'm like, I just don't see the point in it anymore. Like,
I think now
but
the thing that I spend a lot of money on, a lot in air quotes, is sneakers. And even that, like I'm not going over $200.
um, yeah, I can agree with that. I got like heavy into tennis shoes, like so that I would have different colors and different ones for work for a while, which is kind of odd because I'm not like made to wear a certain scrub color. So you would think like that was me of like expressing myself, but no, I just wanted different shoes to go with different scrubs. And so I ended up with like several different ones, and they last so much longer. Like in my defense, when you're
Mm-hmm.
working on like the
Mm-hmm.
concrete floors for 12 hours, like they last so much longer when I wear like one pair each day per week. So like 3 different pairs a week that I'm wearing. They now last me a year and a half, opposed to like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, which we really don't need to be talking about this because I was really wanting to buy more tennis shoes. Like I was literally just
Oh,
looking at them.
those pink and red dunks that I found on the gate have been
Mm-hmm.
haunting me. Oh my gosh. They've been
I
haunting
want
me
some
so
new on
bad.
clouds for work. Like
So
I have my brown and white
there's
ones, but I want some more.
they have a pair of, or I don't even know if they make them this color anymore. I found them probably sometime last year, maybe the year before, but they're white. They're kind of like yours, like color scheme wise. They're white, and then they have like tiny little pink and red accents. I
Hmm.
love them so much. Oh no,
Um,
no, no, no. Here's the real Dupe question:
okay.
to dupe or not to dupe Cokes? I am
Absolutely not.
not. Absolutely not. Do not, if I come to your house and you ask me if I want a Coke and I say yes, if you hand me a Sam's Choice Cola, I'm going to smash that thing on the floor. I'm going to like full like frat boy smash that thing and then walk out and you will never see me again. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one I know came from my dad because when I was a kid and they had first, like, my parents had first divorced and we were living with him, I can remember us being at Walmart and I don't remember, like, what we were even asking about. For some reason, I feel like it was ketchup. And he was like, no, no. He was like, buy the Heinz ketchup. And I was like, okay. And so, like, as a grown up, that's like deep in me. And I'm like, I can't buy the store brand, which I do on a lot of things, but I can 1,000% say that, like, Cokes are still like you buy the name
Snack
brand. Like,
cakes. I am not buying no Great Value honey bun. I'd rather eat toenails. I'm not doing it. Snack cakes.
Toenails.
If you
You'd
ask me
rather
if I
eat
want a little
toenails?
Debbie,
No. Stop. We're going back to that. You would rather eat toenails. Toenails? We are acknowledging that comment, ma'am. Toenails. All right. We are
although
going to
I'm
have.
dramatic.
No, stop. Pause. We are now going to have a Miss You That's All episode of Fear Factor, and I'm going to give this woman a Great Value honey bun and a bowl of toenails. Where I'm getting subsequent toenails, I don't know. But we will figure it out. Because no, I promise you people, you don't know her like I do. When faced with that option, she's gonna eat that honey bun. Great value. Toenails, of all the things. Ew.
Okay, but you have to admit they're disgusting.
I think honey buns are disgusting, so I'm not admitting anything. The closest I'm coming. No, the closest I'm coming to a honey bun is those honey bun flavored mini muffins, because those things,
Yes, those are great.
Those things are so good. But no. So when you first said that, I'm glad you like actually said honey buns, because when you first said snack cakes, just like trying to picture like the aisle in the store, I don't feel like there's a lot of off-brand snack cakes.
I feel like one thing that's sticking out to me is like, oh, what are those called? Ho-hos? Is that what they're called? Like the little like
Those are made by
log.
Hostess. Yeah.
It's the same thing, but do you know what I'm talking about? Like they're like the little chocolate thing. They make those in a Walmart brand. They make those in a Walmart brand.
Well, obviously, I'm going to say not to Dupe because I didn't even know there was off-brand, so that tells you the privileged life that I've lived.
You don't even look at that part of the aisle.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Or powdered donuts. You better give me Hostess or give me death.
The only thing people are learning about us right now is how seriously we take our snacking. That's it. They're like, y'all lost me. These ladies don't own real Louis Vuitton bags. This woman is ready to kill someone for a powdered donut.
No, do you know what it is? It's Katie being like, oh yeah, Ashlee does eat them fudge rounds like they're going out of style. I know she does. She eats them when she comes to my house. Or like Haley being like, yeah, she has a weird addiction to those honey bun muffins. She used to eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and didn't even care. She go through a box a day. That's what it is.
And now that people can see us, they're wondering how we don't weigh 400 pounds. But
very good metabolisms that are just halfway starting to catch up with me. Now I'm having to do a little more working out.
Mine caught up with me a while back, but it's all good. We're rectifying the situation. Our founding fathers would be proud, though. Like, you could have picked a lot of snacks, and you said, give me Hostess or give me death for a powdered donut. That was an iconic moment. I'm here for it. I am here for it.
Can that be if we start making merch? Oh man, we can't do that because it's probably copyrighted. That'd be a good shirt.
You sounded very country. Copyrighted. Ugh.
So this is how I know that like you've had a long day and I had a long weekend, because this whole episode's been kind of scattered, and now we're at the point to where we just have the giggles about dumb stuff, and it's just all chaos. It's all
Yes.
chaos.
Yes. Mm.
Okay, what's something else? I think at the end of the day, dupes, it's just buying what you buy. Like, I won't buy stuff from Walmart because it's not great quality. And I feel like after I wash, like the kids' clothes, I would get them some clothes there because I'm like, they're going to grow out of them in 5 seconds anyway. But after I wash them once, they would have holes. And then if I go to Target and get Cat and Jack, they literally have a 1-year warranty on those clothes. Anything happens to it, I can take it in there and be like, hey, this shouldn't be there. I've washed it twice. And they replace it or give me a gift card or whatever. I don't know. I've never had to do it. But it's just, if your $3 drugstore makeup is working for you, fantastic. If your skin has a weird reaction, or you're like me, I have really pale skin and trouble finding foundation. I haven't found a drugstore foundation that matches me well. I have to go to Sephora or Ulta where there's more shades and have them help me. And I mean, they don't have a lot of cheap stuff there. I'm gonna pay more money. And I'm gonna get what they tell me to get because they haven't filled me yet. So it just depends.
Um, yeah, so I would definitely say, like you said, it's just what you want to spend your money on. But as long as the quality's good, I've gotten to a point in my life where it doesn't really matter like what the name brand is anymore. It's just, does it work and is it good quality? And if it checks those two boxes, then I'm not concerned if it came from the drugstore or Sephora or whatever it is anymore. Amazon opposed to something else. Like, as long as the quality holds up, I'm cool with it. That definitely changed in my life because when I was younger, I feel like it was more of a I want the name brand kind of thing, but it was more of like a image thing. And the older I get now that it's my money, I'm like, no, no, like I just want to be able to afford things. So, yeah, it
Yes.
changed a lot. Um, but yeah, so comment down below, let us know what you dupe and what you don't dupe. Things that are just like hard passes for you, like Cokes for us or Hostess powdered donuts for Ashlee. My Lululemon leggings, like whatever it is for you that you're just like, no, it's a firm no. I can't go the cheaper route just because of this or that. Like it's not worth it for you. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Talk to you soon. Love and miss you. Bye.
Love and miss you more.